Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Miller, I read your CV here, and it's very impressive. I do have one question, though. You're welcome. I see that you are the general counsel for FTX US. Is that correct?
That's correct.
How did that turn out?
So you might recall or have heard in the news that the global FTX group entered into bankruptcy in November of 2022.
When were you on board?
I joined in 2021 and left after the bankruptcy filing.
Did you contribute, or were you? Did you profit financially from FTX?
My role there was as the general counsel of FTX
That's not my
US.
question. I asked you if you profited from the failure of FTX.
I did not profit from the failure of FTX.
Okay. Well, thank you for clearing that up. I'm going to ask you, starting with you, Doctor. Tell me if this is an accurate statement, please. Bitcoin is a decentralized, scarce, and secure network for transferring value without any ability to restrict it. Altcoins are unregulated tech startups that regularly result in massive losses by retail investors while their promoters get rich. Is that accurate?
I definitely have my views, but
Is that accurate?
in my view, I would think not. But
Why not?
I think it's really this space.
How is that inaccurate? I guess would be the way to phrase that.
I think this space is lack of clarity around regulation, and
Okay.
this is really led to that issue.
Good to go. Sir, Bitcoin is a decentralized, absolutely scarce, and secure network for transferring value without any ability to restrict it. Altcoins are unregulated tech startups that regularly result in massive losses by retail investors while promoters get rich. Is that accurate?
I don't know. I don't invest in altcoins, and they're not under the SEC's
So you have
jurisdiction.
no idea what you're talking about then? Is that what you're telling me?
No. The ones that are under the SEC jurisdiction are the ones that I'm more familiar with, initial
Okay,
coin
so-
offerings and things like that. So altcoins, meme coins, stable coins,
Yeah.
the SEC has said that they're not under the same jurisdiction.
So you're narrowly focused on one thing, and you don't have a broad understanding of this entire ecosystem? Is that what
I
you
have
just said?
a casual understanding of it, but as an expert testifying, it's based on the SEC's.
Right on. Thank you. I
on
appreciate that.
Thank you.
Mr. Miller?
Yes, sir.
Do you want me to read that again? Bitcoin is a decentralized, scarce, and secure network for transferring value without any ability to restrict it. Altcoins are unregulated tech startups that regularly result in massive losses by retail investors while promoters get rich. Is that an accurate statement?
So I think we have several enforcement fraud-based actions against
That's not what I'm asking you.
project
If you
promoters.
can reflect on your former vocation or current vocation when you were the general counsel of FTX, would that statement be accurate?
The
Did
statement
retail
identifies-
investors get fleeced?
There are altcoin offerings that we should not have, and the Clarity Act will make them
So
no
I'm not
longer
talking about the
workable.
act, sir. I'm asking you a very direct question. So did retail investors get fleeced while a bunch of people got rich? One guy went to prison for 25 years working with FTX, which you're the general counsel of there, sir. You should be intimately familiar with this. Is that an accurate statement or not?
There were customer losses when FTX filed for
enough of
insolvency.
that. Ma'am, we're not listening. So is that an accurate statement? Should I read it again for you, please? Do you need? Okay, here you go. Bitcoin is a decentralized, scarce, and secure network for transferring value without any ability to restrict it. Altcoins are unregulated tech startups that regularly result in massive losses by retail investors while promoters get rich. Is that an accurate statement?
Congressman, we have seen altcoin failures that did, result in investor losses. I think we've seen,
Okay.
in other markets, we've seen, similarly, we sometimes see stocks go to zero and see massive losses. But I do think the bill puts in place the kind of disclosure mechanisms and other, protections against insiders sort of dumping tokens
Awesome.
that I
So,
think help.
thank you. And I want to be crystal clear. I view these types of currencies as a way to help guard against tyranny. And I want them to be independent from the government. They should be regulated only to the point where we can't fleece people, like Mr. Miller is the general counsel for FTX, so that happened. I don't want that to happen again. But these currencies are critical for us to maintain freedom. We have to be able to exchange in commerce without the government getting in our business. And so I'm supporting your efforts. I just want you to really focus on what the heck's going on here and understand it ain't about you. It's not about making a dollar off another dollar. It's about making sure that American citizens and world citizens, because these are global commodities, to make sure that they have the ability to transact amongst themselves without the United States government or other governments getting into our business. And with that, I yield back.